talking to my creators. Are you looking to leverage AI? Are you looking to find ways to help grow your reach, grow your influence, grow your channels, your communities, things of that nature? You've always heard about SEO, you've always heard about metadata and how important that they are, right? To take advantage and and to utilize within your workflow. But have you ever really fully understood what those are? Search engine optimization and metadata, things of that, and those strategies. I was supposed to have the CEO and founder of Taja.ai on with me today. They have not been able to show, so we will start the show anyway, and we will get into it. But that is still going to be the discussion, and I wanted to have that dialogue with you. I will still walk through some use cases that I've been using Taja.ai for. And if you have heard of the platform, if you've used it before, and if you got some experience with it, let's talk about that. And let's get into that. But appreciate you for joining me here on Code and Commentary. So it's funny because he actually says that he's in the interview room, but I do not see him. So let's try this. Y'all give me a second here. I was going to talk really bad about the guy and give him a hard time for not showing up for the meeting. So let's see if I can find him. And there he is. There he is. I will effectively block off that first portion of the show because I was talking really bad about him. But Ibrahim, did not see you in the back studio. I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe it's just gremlins in the metaverse today. But good to have you here, man. Appreciate you for joining.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me on. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I was in the room and I shot you an email, but everything started and I'm like, he might have missed it. So I'm just gonna have to watch on YouTube live as well.
No worries, man.
But
Hey, you know what?
glad we squared away.
Due to the power of technology, I can always cut and clip that all out as well. That first 5 minutes when I was talking bad about you, I was talking bad. I
Nah,
tell you
all
what,
good, all
man.
good.
Let's do this for folks who may not know who you are. Would love to if you could give that 35,000 foot level pitch of one who you are and what Taja.ai is and kind of the value that you're bringing to content creators today.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, just from a high level, I'm from Ohio. Went to Ohio State. During my time there, I started a digital media agency that works with influencers, manages them, helps them build and monetize their content on social, primarily on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Snapchat, all the monetizable channels. So, my agency is very good at helping clients come up with organic ideas that get a lot of views, and then they get paid out through the AdSense to those platforms. So beginning of last year, um, I was building up my clientele. Beginning of last year, we signed an NBA Hall of Famer named Kevin Garnett to run his podcast on his Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter channels. And so same time is when I tapped my partner and CTO Greg to start looking at how AI could impact the creator economy, and we started using KG as an experimental channel. And we found that every creator from from a high level struggles with packaging up a video. And so we built a tool and a platform called Taja, that's able to package your video by providing you your titles, your description, your chapters, your tags, your thumbnail, a visual, even now shorts from your long form video, all in 8 minutes or less, saving you a bunch of time from manually people take 1 to 2 hours to do this. We condense it to like 8 minutes. So we save you a bunch of time and help you maximize your reach.
I love that. Packaging the video. I'm gonna use that. That should be the next tagline for you, man. I mean, so let's get into it because you talk about the metadata, you talk about the tags, you talk about the description, which is huge. You talk about the title, and really kind of a one-stop shop for folks. And again, exclusively and specifically on YouTube for distributing of content to garner that reach, to garner that utilizing that metadata and taking advantage of search engine optimization. Um,
Mhm.
what What was the reason for doing this? I mean, a lot of folks are out in the industry spinning up startups and doing kind of the thing. What was your personal reason for going down this path and saying this is what I wanted to do? Was it just the introduction and the approach from KG, or was this something that you and some other partners have been working with before? This specific niche.
Yeah, I mean, from an agency level, it's essentially what we were doing for clients. It was just from an agency, like, you got to go hunt for new clients. You got to go, then you got to have the bandwidth and team to uh, uh, be able to provide these services at a high level and a quick level for a lot of people at one time. So, with the emergence of AI, it was like this thing can change, what we're doing as a service into a product, but it could do it at scale in a very in a quicker manner than ever before. So we essentially took what we were doing from an agency level and we productized it.
How is it going thus far? Because I mean, everything that you're saying, the what it is and kind of the how of what you're doing, sounds like it answers all the questions. Right? And all the requests that we have as folks that are out here spinning the wheels, late night hours, generating, producing content, trying to push it out. How has it been received from creators and folks actually out there at the tactical level? In terms of, are you seeing that is bringing value? Are you getting kind of that feedback from folks that are saying that Taja is actually doing the thing for them?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's very well received by a lot of creators, specifically ones that make very long form content, so like in the podcast realm. We have uh, from one point, it's like one thing that we do really well is chapters. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of podcast customers, before they didn't do chapters because they would have to go back manually, watch their video, timestamp everything, come up with the title of what that chapter is. Like we just handle that for them instantly. So even things of those natures that save people a lot of time. Even now, generating podcasts or shorts from their long form videos, a lot of elements that people were either doing themselves or outsourcing. They could just come to Taja as a one stop shop, and it's only going to get better from here as we are introducing a thumbnail solution in the next few weeks that will allow you to create your perfect thumbnail within Taja in 5 minutes or less. So really a one-stop shop for optimizing and repurposing your long form video in a matter of minutes.
Now, I will tell you this: in all transparency, folks, I hated doing chapters too. First time I fired up Taja, and it gave me, it was about 90% accurate, right? In terms of what was given
Hmm.
to me in Taja for the chapters. I just had to go in and maybe change the words or something, or change the spelling of somebody's name. But man, for me to be able to in 5 to 10 minutes throw a long form YouTube session, 60 minute or whatever the case in Taja, and for it to, everything else was gravy. And the tags and the title and even the description, that was all extra. But man, when I saw them chapters,
Hmm.
Ibrahim, no, that night I bought. I'm just that night, literally, I bought and I said, "Listen, we need to talk and we need to get on top of the mountaintop and tell folks about this because it took so many cycles out of my workflow." And
Hmm.
again, lot of times, content creators, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, one man shops or one person shops, and any of those extra 10, 15, 20 minutes that we can take out of our cycles and out of our workflows and be more effective and be more efficient. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Money's no object because again, I say a lot of times people pay attention to what they pay for, and you get what you pay for, and
Hmm.
outside of that financial piece, just by again allowing us to be more effective in our time. All right, I'm gonna stop. Let's do this. Let me bring up actually the website, man, because and talk a little bit about some of the nuance that you have in there today. And I know you kind of talked about it a little bit, but you hinted at something different that's coming out for thumbnails, because thumbnails are already in there right now. And I know you and I and your CTO, we've kind of had a discussion about bringing some um, selection, some additional selection. I'm trying to find the right word, right, in terms of some of the
Hmm.
thumbnails and how they're generated. Talk to us a little bit about a little more detail now that I got the screen up here of what Taja provides folks. What's the steps? I
Yeah.
record this session in 60 minutes. How do I go into Taja, and what does Taja do?
Yeah, so basically, if we take this video or this episode, for example, once you get the file, the episode is fully edited, you're good with it. From a content standpoint, you just upload it to YouTube. You don't publish it. You just make sure that it's unlisted. And so you then take that unlisted link into Taja, and then you add a sentence or two about what the video is about, and then you just click optimize. And now in 3 minutes or less, Taj is going to give you 5 different title options that you can preview and see which one you like the best. It'll give you your description. It'll write out your chapters for you. It'll give you your tags, and it gives you thumbnail visuals, which is like a representation of what your thumbnail could look like. And as mentioned, we are shifting to helping you just create the perfect thumbnail within Taja in 5 minutes or less. In the next few weeks, this will be out, and so some of those things that you see in Canva, we'll be taking into Taja to just help you create that perfect thumbnail, and then have a one-stop shop to do so. And so, once you're good with optimizing your long form video, the next stop is just to click one button called Sync to YouTube, and then everything will go to your YouTube studio, and you don't have to, do any manual copy and pasting, and you're good to go on optimizing the long form. And then once you're done with that, there's going to be a banner at the bottom that says next step, generate shorts. And so in 5 minutes or less, we'll go in, pick out the best shorts from your video, vertically cropped with animations over top, that you can then upload to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those other platforms as well. So that's kind of in just how the platform works. And a lot of key developments in place, particularly thumbnails, refining our shorts model, and looking at other ways that we can integrate into other channels, or other platforms, I should say.
Man, you said a whole lot, folks. Read between the lines there, right? Because I know you trying to walk the political, well, not the political line, but the corporate line. You don't want to give too much away, but after we turn this live off, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Um, Specifically, what you and this is what I garnered on. So I'm logged into now my Taja environment, so folks can see exactly what it looks like behind the scenes. But let's go ahead and put that out there. You said some of the functionality that is in Canva
Hmm.
is now going to become, I gravitated on that because that's been one of the big things that I keep talking about. So some of the functionality that's currently in Canva is going to be coming over to Taja. The main reason that, for folks that are listening, that Taja plus Canva is important is because Canva has the ability to actually edit. It's called grab text, where you can actually grab the text from an AI generated piece. So from the thumbnails
Hmm.
that are generated from Taja, you can import those into Canva, set it as the background, boom, say grab text, and you can edit that background, or you can edit that text if the spelling is wrong. Are you hinting at, and don't get in trouble with the CTO, man? Are you alluding to that we can do all that in Taja soon, maybe?
I am alluding to you're going to
Man,
be able to
shoot,
make
you
your
ain't said nothing but
perfect.
a word. Let me go ahead and cancel this Canva subscription right now.
I'm alluding. Yeah, you'll be able to create your perfect thumbnail in 5 minutes. That's kind of the magic we're going for. It's like, can we create a seamless process for you to just be able to come in, already, have what your thumbnail visual is, or like
Yeah,
in mind of what that is, and just in a few buttons, make your perfect thumbnail, your face in it,
our
very
face in it.
vibrant, different, elements that are just as, help you create your perfect thumbnail in just a few minutes and with a few clicks.
That's tight, man. That's gonna be hot. So again, that functionality where we had to bounce back and forth between multiple platforms to do the thing. It was fine, but
Hmm.
again, it took a little bit extra time to do it. But if we're under a schedule, if we don't feel like bouncing back and forth between platforms, we don't feel like having, or prefer not to have multiple monthly subscriptions or yearly or annually subscriptions and things of that, we can have one wheelhouse that we go to and kind of have that one throat to choke. I hate to use that analogy, but I come from enterprise technology and we use that a lot. So Another cool thing, and I want to just dive into some of the specifics here. And folks, I see you watching. If you got any questions for Ibrahim or myself about Taja, about AI, about SEO and metadata, and for content creators, put a Q in the comment and let's get into it. So, optimizing your YouTube video. Again, we can put in the actual URL of the video, add some context right here. So, add some tags and keywords, what we feel and what we think that the video is about. We know what the video is about, but that helps with dragging out the description and things of that. So we can put that in. I also think this tone is really cool. Let me zoom in on that because you give us the ability to say, what is that tone of the title and even the description do we want it to be? Do we want it to be minimalistic, controversial, professional, clickbaity? You see, I got clickbaity
Yeah.
clicked. or uplifting. But again, that's what we want, right? We want to get the eyes and we want to get the clicks. We want to get all the things. And if you can help us with those hooks, those words, those phrases, why not? And again, it's not set in
100%.
stone, so we can actually change that if we want to. I have noticed, and again, I'm gonna give you these flowers while I got you live. You see, you didn't know I was gonna put you out here on Front Street. That 5 minutes is really 5 minutes now. It no longer. It used to be. Again, I came in day zero, folks. So I've been giving Ibrahim and his team a hard time for a while. It used to be a little bit of a churn to go through it because it was processing so much data. Whatever the case was happening, but you've got efficiencies now in your back end, in your technology stack, to where I put in a 60-minute, 90-minute, whatever video, and it now takes 3 to 5 minutes to come up with this transcript of the entire session, which is amazing. So I have the transcript, which I can use for a blog post, which I can use for a newsletter post, which I can use for anything like that. I've got at least 5 title options with a virality score. And talk to us a little bit about this virality / Taja score, because I see it every now and then throughout my environment, but just kind of explain what your thoughts are on what that means to you.
Yeah, so from a viral score, it's like these are the keywords that your audience is like most likely to search the most based on like historical data of what they engage with. But for us, what I've seen, because I use it a lot I use Taj a lot on my agency clientele. It's you need a little bit of like a human intelligence standpoint of like what works best for your brand. So even though it's going to give you like one scores 100, does not mean that's going to be the one that's going to drive the most views or anything of that nature. The best one for your video might be that fourth or fifth one. So it's just going to take a little bit more of human intelligence on your end to be like, which one fits my brand the most? Which one do I gravitate to that I know my audience will engage with the most? So we just provide you with viral scores just so you can get a sense of, especially since a lot of our customers are like just getting started. We provide them with like viral scores just so that they get a sense of like what may be the highest ranker. Because if this is not there, then there might be a lot of confusion about which one to pick and choose, all that type of stuff. But from a standpoint of like, if you're a more seasoned vet, it takes that human intelligence to figure out which one is, which of these titles is best for my brand, for my audience to pick and choose from.
Love it. Love it. So got the video. We put the URL in. We did some context. We put some filters in for how we want the title to look and feel. After it's done, 5 minutes, we've got the transcript. I've got some options for a title. And then I've got thumbnails for those different titles.
Yeah, so this right here is a thumbnail previewer. The purpose of this is to just ensure that like, none of the titles have like a dot, 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 just so you could see what they would look like if they were published on YouTube. So a big part within YouTube is you don't want to have like a dot, 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 because then your audience is not able to read the full title to understand what the video is about. So this is just a previewer just to show you, how that title would look like if it was published on YouTube.
The dope best practices right there, right? So, I mean, that being said, the second one right there, real power of accountability in achieving, then the 3 dots, that probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be the one that I want to choose. So, again, dope best practices for folks. if you're in a hurry, if you're new, if you're just going through it. It's a checklist thing, right, as well. And Taja is providing that feedback and that insight. So like that. Um, then this description. Pretend I didn't have
Yep.
anything already written down as a default. You've already written my description. Pay no attention to the chapters down at the bottom. We're gonna get into the chapters, but you've already written my description for this.
Yeah.
And it's, again, not set in stone. I can edit it as well if there's some misspellings or I want to change things around. But talk a little bit about, again, where this came from. I'm assuming it's coming from that context piece and the tone piece that we selected up at the top. But just having this, again, man,
Yeah.
taking cycles out of the workflow.
Yeah. So a big part of the description, like it does take in, the tone that you select, even the language you select to write it in that language. But a big part is the title. So, right here, that title bar where it says continue is where you pick your final title. So if you don't like any of the ones that Taja gives you, you can write your own and just click continue, and everything syncs in alignment with that. But we have our titles, our description, and our tags, even our thumbnail captions are all in alignment with what the title of the video is. So um, it takes into a part of like what title you pick, the transcript of the video to understand it better. And it mashes those two together to create that description and copy for that description. And then it, creates the chapters for you as well.
Dope. Nick Bucker, I see your question about the shorts. We getting into that. I'm holding that question right now because we about to get into this sauce right now. But so description. You talked about tags, folks. You got all your tags right there. Some folks will say tags are no longer relevant. Tags are relevant. The right tags are relevant. And anytime you can use search engine optimization, anytime you can use metadata to help with the promotion of your pieces, do that. And it can be hard to come up with those 500 tags or 500 characters of tags that you can put into your description. Taj is doing much of that heavy lifting right here, right now. Now, one cool thing, again, that could be overlooked, but let's not overlook it. I literally could take all of these descriptions and just click on the copy and paste, right? Click on copy, paste it over to my YouTube file into the studio. I could do that, but that's so 2022. That's so last year. What we can do after we get all of that set up, and now we see these thumbnails that are selected, generated, auto generated based on our title, based on our description, based on our tags, based on all that information. So we've already got how many did you create, man? You created 3,
You
6,
might
9,
we
12.
create we create three at a time, but you might have clicked
Oh yeah,
re-optimize,
that's right.
a few times.
I'm always doing a little extra. So but you created 3 thumbnails automatically from the file, and if we like them, if we don't like them, we need to engage with the algorithm. I think is a good thing as well to tell folks to engage with the algorithm for these plus and minus signs to say if this one was a good one, this one was not a good one, and that kind of thing. So moving forward, Taja can get smarter. So train
Yep.
the LLM, but let's just say I like this particular thumbnail here. I click on it, I can download it. I'm not going to ask you to give anything away that's coming down the road. But again, so this would be that step, folks. Here's the thumbnail. I would download it. I could put it manually into my YouTube description. And then there's my description, my tags, my thumbnail, title, all that good stuff. What Ibrahim was saying, sync to YouTube. That's 2024 right there. Click sync to YouTube. You've got your YouTube channel connected into Taja. It will automatically pull all of that information into that YouTube video with one click.
And then with the click of a button, you don't gotta worry about copy and pasting anything
My
over.
goodness. Let me tell you something, folks. Think about what we just talked about right there. How much work it takes just to do this thing right here and put in a few parameters, wait 5 minutes for it to spit something out, tweak it a little bit, have it automatically generate at least 3 thumbnails. You don't like those? Okay, click it again, let it generate some more. You like what you see, you like what you like, boom, sync to YouTube, and you're done. And you're done. That's
For the long form, yep. And now you
for the
can
long
go
form.
into
Yeah.
generating
And
your shorts.
what's neat and what's happening now to get into this question here about can you actually help with shorts? You can't see it on my screen now, but there is actually the option of creating those AI generated shorts for your particular piece of content. So down at the bottom it says create shorts. You have again another virality score, and this may be one that's going to resonate with your audience and resonate with your community. You have titles, hashtags, and description.
Yep, it gives you there's the titles at the top, your descriptions in the middle, and then the tags are at the bottom. And so for a description, this is the best practice for YouTube. It's to just rewrite your title with a bunch of tags. Uh, it's not to have a full on description like your long form video. And then yeah, if you want to sync it to YouTube, just click that upload to YouTube button, and everything will go over.
Give a little engagement in terms of again if you like it or if you don't like it to train the algorithm to get better. You can regenerate it. You got some editing capability as well, which I'm sure is going to continue to evolve, and you're going to continue to iterate and get better at that. But again, you've got the caption, you've got the transcript, you've got some design options for the captions to show up on your screen as well, text size, text color, things of that nature. So again, allowing you to just think out loud, folks. I'm not going to mention a whole bunch of other competitors' names, but think out loud of all the tools maybe in your toolkit right now that you're using to do this. Maybe you're not using any tools and you're doing everything manually and you're probably pulling all your hair out. We don't want you to do that. Taja really seems to be. I should work for the company, man. I'm over here. Listen, I may need to talk about some stock options or
Our
something.
top ambassador,
Who do I
man.
know at the
Our,
company?
our
No,
top
no,
ambassador for sure.
for
Yeah,
real.
in everything we do, we pride ourselves on like simplicity. Like there, we talk to customers avidly. A lot of customers, use other tools, and they're like, these are very feature happy. They don't, it could be like a lot of noise versus signals. Like we want to build the
Mm,
actual like all signal tool that intuitively you're going in, you understand it very well without having to watch any tutorials, do much research on it in terms of knowing how to use it. And then, what we output for you is very useful, one, and high quality, but then two, if you need to make any edits to it, it's very minor edits, very quick edits that can, help you get the job done and save you a bunch of time. But, we pride ourselves in just, even from our shorts, um, editing functionality, like we want to keep that limited of like what's the core editing features that customers need and want, um, in order to help them get the job done, but we don't overwhelm you with a bunch of features that just feel like there's a lot going on in this product. Like we want to keep everything simple, clear cut, and simple but complex at the same time in terms of our ability to generate the output for you, make sure it's quality, make sure it's in a fast, in a timely and a fast manner.
let me ask this: what are as you've built this and as you've iterated this and as you've had those conversations with users and other peer groups and things of that nature, what I guess the problems that you're trying to solve, right? As it comes to creators and folks that are out here creating content, what are some of the best practices from your mind and from your perspective that creators are not following that you think and you feel Taja can help with, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think from what we do, a lot of people that have long form content don't do chapters,
I
just because of
admitted
how
it day
time
one. Listen, that,
consuming
yep.
it is. So that's something where, now, especially Google, all those platforms have heavily indexed on chapters to help, if someone's searching for a specific element within a video, they just search it within Google, and then that chapter will pop up as the answer to that question of the video. So it helps you get more discovered. There's a lot of people that don't use chapters, but if you use chapters, the research shows that you increase your likelihood of being discovered on via search. So that's one thing that a lot of creators were not doing before that now, we handle for them.
In terms of the marketplace, it's crowded, right? Right. Just kind of being honest. A lot of other platforms are looking to do similar. How are you going to continue to differentiate in this crowded product hunt world, right? In this crowded world where I am, as I'm sure a lot of other folks probably in my community and listening and watching as well, get emails from other companies saying, check us out, check me out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how are you going to rise above, to use your term as well, rise above some of that noise? What, and again, you don't, let's not be NDA. Let's not give anything away that shouldn't be, but how are
Yeah.
you, I'm sure you're consciously thinking about that because again, there's so many other platforms that are trying to do something similar or bits and pieces of what you're doing.
Yeah, I think for us, the core is like we are very close to the customer and understand them deeply, understand their pain points, and understand what they want us to build for them to make their life better. So it's for us beginning and staying real close to our customers. But then at the end of the day, best product wins, and so the market dictates what that best product is. And so for us, as long as we stay close to the customer and continue to build the tools that customers want and make their lives better in terms of the packaging process. We think that we'll be able to build the best product for our customers that will then lead to them telling other people in the same vein that might be struggling with the same issues that they were once struggling with to use Taja or whatever the case may be. But for us, it's just staying close to the customer and building the best product and letting the market dictate what that best product is.
I like that. I like that. Listen, folks, if you missed them, they had an LTD. They had a lifetime deal. I told a lot of folks about it. I think a lot of folks actually jumped on it, but for the folks who didn't, hey, well, no, let me not say that. Taja is still out there and still providing some great value, great service, and has 3 tiers of offerings. I put my link in the in the comments and in the chat and in the description, so you can use my link to sign up if you're finding value in terms of what Ibrahim has said right here. But um, let's break this down a little bit because starter versus semi-pro versus pro, and
Hmm.
one of the nuances that we even talked about that I do the 3 thumbnail generations each time, and I think that was a bit of a conversation between the tiers as well because I want folks to go in with all the information and all the knowledge. If they go into starter and they only get 2 thumbnails generated and they're expecting to get 10, can you go down and explain starter, semi-pro versus pro? I know it's written on the screen, but let's break it down
Yeah.
in second
So
grade.
for us, we like to, we want to give every creator equal opportunity in terms of we don't tier our feature set to each plan and blockade certain features to certain people that are paying a certain plan. We like to just be equitable across all of our feature set. And so the main thing we index on is the number of videos you're able to optimize per month. And so for the starter plan, you get 6 videos per month, where you can get for each long form video you optimize, you get titles, you get description, you get chapters, hashtags, thumbnail visuals, and for shorts generation for each long form video, you get up to 6 shorts generated. And so from the titles, description, chapters, hashtags, thumbnails, you are able to get up to 6 long form videos optimized per month for the starter plan. And then same thing, semi-pro is the same thing in terms of the feature set. You just are able to do it now for 12 videos. The shorts still remain where you can get 6 per long form video, up to 6 per long form video. And then same thing for the pro, it's now unlimited for everything. And then shorts, you get up to 6 per video.
Good, appreciate that.
And
And
we're also offering. I know James, we spoke about it, but I'll give you a code to put in the chat or whatever the case may be for people to get a discount into Taja for their first 3 months. It'll be
come on, man.
30% off for 3 months.
Appreciate that, sir. Appreciate that. Listen, come to the live, folks, and you get these kind of incentives right from the CEO, right from the co-founder himself, right? So appreciate you on that. We'll collect that information and make sure folks have that. I want to go back to this comment here because Dan came in late, but hopefully he's getting some value. He says, "Is this for experienced YouTubers, or can someone walk in as a frosher, freshman, sophomore?" I'm sure that's what he said, and it would help them to grow.
Yeah, so this is for, just to be clear, for us, we don't guarantee growth. There's a lot of factors in that realm, such as how quality is the content, how much are people searching for the type of content you're creating, how trendy is the content you're talking about. So there's many factors that are outside of our control that Taj is not going to be a tool that will um, help, just be this magic that helps you get more views. What we do guarantee is that we will save you time, and this is something that takes optimizing long form content, something that takes creators 1 to 2 hours per video. We're able to just handle it for you in 8 minutes or less. So we guarantee that we're able to save you time by optimizing your content, helping you repurpose your content by giving you shorts, and we'll be introducing clips later on too. But other forms of content you're going to be able to generate off Taja, whether you're, let's say, some people, a lot of customers previously were paying someone via Fiverr to optimize their content for them for SEO, or they have a designer for thumbnails. So we are the one-stop shop to do that for you and save you that time and money. But we're not this magic tool that's going to help you grow, just because there's a lot of factors that go into that are outside of our control. But to answer the question, any YouTuber can use this. The highest value that people get out of Taja are usually podcasters or people that have review videos, or just types of creators that are like talking head type of content creators that speak to the camera directly.
Oh, something like this. Okay. No.
Yeah, yeah.
There you
So
go.
something
There we
like this. But yeah, as long as the highest value is like people that create really long form content that are have like talking heads and heavy commentary within their videos.
Love it. Love it. And I like you actually, again, pretty truthful and honest in terms of what you said there, right there. So, folks, it's not a silver bullet, not a magic pill. Content still has to be hot. Right, you
Hmm.
can't come up there. You can't turn on the lights, press record on your video camera, and be talking madness. You actually have to have quality content that resonates with somebody or some community, and allow that to speak for itself. I've always told folks that Taja really just helps with the workflow and helps, like I said again, eliminate some of those cycles within the workflow. And anything that really allows us to do that as creators, as entrepreneurs, especially solopreneurs, that is something of value, and that's something that should be looked at. And that's exactly where I put Taja in my toolkit. One thing that I've almost forgot to look at, and you kind of hinted to it as well, the optimization piece and the ability. So I've got a couple of YouTube channels already connected within my environment. Shouts out, got Team No Sleep there, and you see I got my channel as well. But you've got something called the Backlog Boost.
Hmm.
So I get emails from Taja.ai throughout the week that's saying, "Hey James, you got some content out here, some OG content. Let us go out there and bless it. Let us go out there, rewrite the title, rewrite the description. You don't have chapters in this stuff that you did 2 years ago. Let's do that." And you give me again a score that says, if we this is what it looks like right now. Let's go out there and fix it. I'm breaking it down and ad libbing here, but that's the idea. Taking the backlog boost, some old content, and actually revitalizing it, re-optimizing it with SEO, with metadata, with proper tags, and with all of the descriptions and chapters and things of that nature. Is
Hmm.
is that going to continue to evolve and continue to iterate on your side?
Yes, yes, customers love this feature. So just for everyone to know, every Monday morning as a customer, you get an email from us letting you know these are 5 videos in your channel that you created a long time ago. that have low SEO scores, you can consider reviving. And so the value here is when you put a video out on YouTube, it lives in the algorithm forever. And so by revitalizing your SEO, you potentially give it a chance to boost up again. And, you could get more views from it. You can generate revenue from it. Different elements that you're missing from content that you worked really hard to create previously, but might just not have that boost that you're looking for. And so we identify that for you on Mondays, and then we give you a free credit every single week to optimize a new video, and or optimize an old video. Sorry, and so you can go in and just click the revive video button, and we will automatically drop that link in, and then go through the same process of re-optimizing it, generating shorts from it, and being able to repurpose and putting it out there. So it's a feature that a lot of customers love, and it is something that we will continuously be improving upon, just because how much we hear about how much of value it is to our customer.
Yeah, I'm going through my entire catalog and Backlog boosting my entire catalog. It's kind of, well, it's not embarrassing, but it's just like man, I thought this was cool, but but then I had the algorithm, or I had the platform go through and say, no, this can be, everything can be improved upon. So I'm not
Improve,
gonna
yeah.
say I'm not gonna say it's embarrassing, but I also like the fact that you have this overview of the channel with these tips to grow. So again, some best practices for, here's where you are today, whomever. This is what your channel looks like from the algorithm and from external entities. From an analysis of keywords, analysis of the topics, highest performing content on the channel, top shorts and things like that. So kind of that 35,000 foot level of how
Mm-hmm.
your channel is doing, but then giving you the opportunity to go in with some tips to improve some of those metrics, improve some of that metadata, go in and do a backlog boost, do all the things. So there's no excuse, right? Right. If you're willing to put in the work, you've already done 80% of the work. Now we got to go in there, roll up the sleeves, and do the rest of that 20%, and actually get it out there to our folks, to our community. So I really, really like that piece right there, because insights into information is how we continue to
Mm-hmm.
grow. And
100%. Yeah.
I
And
was
we
saying,
want to
I
be
was,
that's our main thing, is like we just want to be very channel specific, go deep into your channel, understand your tone, understand your voice. Even in the next few months we'll be adjusting, making a lot of improvements to Taja so that it understands you even more, writes in your voice even more, understands more about your best performing videos, and how it can generate output that replicates how you were speaking in those videos, so that then you can get output that your audience engages with most. So a lot of improvements, a lot of fine tuning that will be done to the product, to be very channel specific, and then also not only are we going to be providing you better quality, but it's going to be faster. So same way you go to like Airbnb, put in where you're looking for a home for, or a apartment to rent, and then you just click search and it populates. We want to get to that speed where you just click the button and boom, it's there for you. You don't even have to go through any loading states or wait time.
I love that, and I love the fact, channel specific. Again, I'm not gonna mention competitors, because I think folks can see just from the demonstration and from the screenshots and from the walkthrough of other platforms that are doing similar, but maybe trying to boil the ocean, as opposed to, again, being very specific to us, to an individual channel, and helping that individual channel grow. So maybe call me offline if anybody wants me to talk about who those other competitors are, because I'll name them. I'll tell folks that their baby's ugly, unfortunately. But I like what you're doing, man. Listen, again, I'm gonna put that link out in the description and out in all the socials that I post out, and I appreciate you
Hmm.
for doing that and for providing that to my community. Tell, in closing, what folks I guess, real briefly can expect from Taja and how they can reach you, where the website is and things of that nature, and just what you've got coming in the short term that maybe is already fully baked on the truck.
Yes, I mean, what you can expect from Taja is obviously from what we talked about from the suite of tools, but even granular. We are very close to the customer. We love to hear your feedback. How can we make this platform better for you? How can we help you save time, enhance your workflow, and be that assistant for you that these big time creators, they have someone that they pay a full time salary to do specific jobs for them that Taj is doing. So how can we be that virtual AI assistant for you that helps you do that along your journey as you are that small individual creator that is on their way to being a big time creator? How can we be there for you through that journey? So we're always open for feedback. Would love to hear about how we can make this tool better for you. Any features you want to hear, we're open to all that. So if you sign up, you can reach out to us via support or on our socials at Grow with Taja. Just to reiterate, at Grow with Taja. And then what's coming up next? We're gonna continue to refine what we have currently with our title subscription tags. We're launching a new thumbnail feature that allows you to create your perfect thumbnail in 5 minutes or less. We're going to be refining our shorts to be able to pick even better shorts from your video. Be able for you to schedule it for YouTube, Instagram, all those other platforms as well. So a lot on the roadmap and a lot of exciting things that we're looking to build. But at the end of the day, we're building for you, so we want to hear from you and your thoughts on what we can build that will help enhance your workflow.
Man, let's let this man get back to work. Right? You said you got customized thumbnails where I can actually put my crazy mug on a thumbnail. Listen, I need that. We need to we need to get that going, man. Listen, Ibrahim, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you
Yeah, no,
for
appreciate you, James. And thanks for having me. And should I tell the code now, or are we putting it in the description?
go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and bless him, man, with the
Okay.
code, man. I'll make sure to capture it as well.
Okay. So once you sign up for your free trial, you'll be taken to Stripe, and then in there you can enter a code for a discount. So the code is Taja 3043. So Taja 30, the number, and then 4 FOR, and then the number 3. And so that'll give you 30% off for 3 months.
Awesome. There we go. Taja 343. 30%
Yep,
off
there
for
it is.
3 months. Listen, it is worth it. Take a look at it. Taja.ai is the URL where you can see and get some more information. Reach out to me as well if you want to have a deeper discussion about my use case and how I'm using it. But I'm just going to tell you, go out and buy it because I'm using it and I only advocate for platforms and products that I actually use. So, Ibrahim, you're a good man. Get back to work, man. Let's get them thumbnails
Appreciate
going.
you,
And
James.
I'll
Yes,
talk to you
sir.
soon, my brother.
We'll do. Talk soon. Appreciate you having me. All
Later.
right, brother. Take care.